Why humility became holy. In early times, people did not have the language to describe subtle pressures, social drains, or invisible humiliations. So they named what felt as gods. When dignity was followed by diminishment, when standing well was answered with loss, they concluded God hates pride. Not because pride was evil, but because pride seemed to summon correction. So, humility became protection. Poverty became camouflage. Simplicity became survival. People learned that appearing diminished invited less interference, less demand, less extraction. And so they dressed down. They bent their heads, they lowered their gaze, not always out of virtue, but out of instinct. Over time, this instinct was sanctified, turned into doctrine, turned into morality. Then came family, marriage, children, household. Not only for love, but for anchoring. A man with a wife, a woman with children, a household with routines was less exposed. They could enjoy life internally through belonging, ownership, structure, without projecting a visible freedom that attracted demand from the outside. They did not need to take joy from the street. So the street took less from them. Confidence became permitted when it was enclosed. And later still, the clever adaptation emerged. Those with resources learned to appear without them. The wealthy dressed poor, the powerful disguised themselves as modest, not out of humility, but out of strategy. Because to appear fulfilled was to be asked to give, and to appear lacking was to be offered support. So the world invented. Those with much learned to hide it. Those with little were trained to feel shame for wanting more. And those who stood freely, neither begging or hiding, became targets of correction. Not because they were wrong, but because they broke the pattern. What began as spiritual explanation became social engineering. And what was once called God humbling the proud may have been humanity trying to explain a pressure. It could feel, but not yet understand. The mistake was not humility. The mistake was believing that wholeness itself was a sin, and that belief has echoed quietly ever since.